Oh, you can have a free snack.
Nick, hit me with a fruit snack.
Fruit snack. Is it playing our video for us? Can we hear it?
No.
Oh, we might have to turn the video up down. Do we need to turn it up down here?
Hopper.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
There have not actually been any studies that systematically induce stress and then systematically introduce different kinds of music to regulate that stress. What we really wanted to answer is whether music is truly effective in regulating mood on its own, or is it simply a placebo? Another question was whether some sorts of music
not really help.
Placebo means are more effective in regulating mood than others.
Here's the study. This is the study. So they studied a group of people with using music.
In the first phase, we induce stress using a standardized stress induction procedure. The procedure involves asking participants to deliver a public speech. To further increase the stress, we have cameras present. We tell them it's being recorded. We tell them that there may be people that they look up to observing these videos.
Basically, we try to really stress them out and make them feel really anxious. On a physiological level, we're measuring things like heart rate, skin conductance, which is how much you sweat, how fast you're breathing.
Ask the participants to put their hand in a comfortable position, as they should not move it throughout the recording process.
So the second step is to apply the music intervention. And so we let all of our participants know that it turns out that you don't actually have to deliver the speech, but we have some paperwork for you to fill out. And we put on a piece of music. Now it's the piece of music that is the reason that they're here all together. Very simply speaking, one piece of music conveys happiness, another conveys calm, another conveys sadness, and another conveys anger. And we continue to have our participants hooked up to these physiological sensors. And what we're interested in is the time it takes for them to return to physiological baseline. And so by comparing the amount of time it takes to baseline across our different music conditions and across our noise condition, we can get an answer to whether some sorts of music are more effective than others, and really as to whether music is effective altogether.
In terms of practical applications, research of this type can eventually get at things like perhaps helping people cure insomnia because we can play them songs that make them feel really tired, or make patients happier if they're going through some kind of procedure and they're really distressed. If you can play someone who's going through horrible surgery a piece of music that'll make them feel better even a little bit, that to me is huge, and I think it has the potential to touch almost everybody's lives.
Smart lab. Interesting. All right. So let's see what the article says, right? So let's see what the article says.
Scientists have been interested in that question for a long time. Various studies have come with different answers over the years. For example, scientific studies show that babies respond to music before they are even born. Some scientists believe that exposing children to classical music at an early age can help their brains develop and make them smarter. Music definitely can have physical effects on the body. Scientists have conducted studies that suggest music can help lower blood pressure and even relieve pain. But what about jamming to your favorite students were you trying to study to get the math, science, or social studies test? Can your favorite students help you remember stuff for the big exam? Scientists who have
Phenomenal.
Ah, I've got something funny too. Haha.
Have come to different conclusions over the years. In fact, it may depend upon what type of music you listen to and what types of things you study. For example, some scientists believe that music can help reading and speaking skills by improving the listener's ability to distinguish between sound and better understand language patterns. So if you are studying for language art exam, maybe listening to music might help. But what should you listen to? Classical music might be a good choice, as it can tend to calm the nerves and help you focus. On the other hand, listening to loud, raucous music that's distracting can have the opposite effect by keeping your mind preoccupied with the music rather than the subject matter at hand.
You got it?
Yeah.
So what did we learn, Nick? What kind of music can help you focus? Classical music, music without lyrics, but if you listen to loud, raucous, which means, if you look at that meaning for this word, right? Right? Raucous means obnoxious, right? So like rock and roll, loud, hardcore, if you listen to that kind of music, it's just going to distract your brain from what you're supposed to remember. So then the next day, you're more likely to remember the song you listened to.
How about Hall
the
of Fame?
stuff you studied.
You know the song Hall of Fame?
But my father, but in high school, my father's high school was not a good school to learn. But my father my father studied, he always listened rock and music, and and he congratulated to second smartest university in Japan.
Okay, so listening to music helped him learn?
Yeah.
Good. What kind of music did he listen to?
Rock.
Rock and roll?
Yeah.
Did you get him? He said, my father listened to rock and roll the whole time he was studying, and he went to he was very smart. Right? He's a very smart man. So I think the question becomes, can you focus when you're listening to music? Right? Does it help you focus? Because the whole point of music is to relax you and focus you, right? And so you don't want it to be a distraction. You want it to help you focus. So for some students, they'll listen to music because then what happens? It tunes out everything else. So then you're not distracted by announcements and other students' papers, right? It's smart. That's smart.
Sometimes I study something hard. I can't hear anything.
Because it's loud, right? Yeah. So have you tried, do you do that at home? Do you listen to music when you're focused, when you're studying?
No, not much, but sometimes.
Do your teachers play music for you here?
Social studies teacher said music.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of music? Classical or music with words?
Yeah, yeah, sometimes with words.
Sometimes with words?
They play already.
Okay. Do you have homework to do before we get working on
No.
this? No?
I
You're good?
finished all.
Good, good. All right. We're going to read a really cool poem. I wish that Michael and Nick would read it with me because they like basketball. But they are working on their homework right now, so we'll give them a minute.
For sure.
Yeah.
Edwin.
Michael, you finding what you're looking for? Nick, you finding what you're looking for? What you looking your grade up? Okay. Do you know what a foul shot is? What's a foul shot? My basketball boy.
I do.
What's a foul shot?
Foul shot is when someone foul you and you have to shoot from this line.
Shoot?
Yeah.
That's called a foul shot.
Okay.
Okay? So now we know what a foul shot is. So you have to shoot the basket from back behind the line. Okay? So let's look at what the words say. this year.
What team is he on?
He's on the Reds.
Reds.